All right, Coach, only home meet of the season, Patrick's Point. The beauty, the course speaks for itself. Kind of talk about the event. Tell us about it sounds like quite a few teams are coming, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. Looks like they have good weather, and we have Chico coming over the hill, and Seattle Pacific's coming down from Washington, and I think ultimately the women are going to have about anywhere from 10 to 11 teams competing against one another, and the men will have about 8 teams competing against each other. So it's definitely the one of the larger invites that we put on the last 10, 15 years. So I'm just happy everybody wants to come here, and just a good notation for the university and the job that our admin does, and just everybody kind of helping each other out so we can put on a nice running event here locally. So that's the good stuff right there.
Yeah, all the teams here, they know how difficult it is to have teams that come here and compete. And what does that say about the program now that hopefully continue to grow? But what does it say to have quite a few teams competing on Saturday?
It says a lot. I think especially on the women's side, you're going to have Seattle Pacific, Chico, and Humboldt State, which I feel should be all in the top 10 ranking for the Western region side of things. So it's going to be very competitive that way. Men's side, Chico is always a dominant force nationally, and it's just great to have them. It really is. And then we have other schools that are coming that we get probably once every 3 years, and it just happens to be that some of them are going to cycle through, with Oregon Tech coming down and Notre Dame, Dinamora are coming up from the Bay Area, if I can pronounce that right. Mills College is going to come up, so it's going to be a nice season opener for everybody. We're looking forward to it. This is the 4th week that we've been back from camp, and it's like now it's a good benchmark, a good test for our athletes to have an opener at home, sleep in our own beds, and to see where we're at. That way it'll set up the rest of the season relative to what we need to improve on and or just take from this race and keep things going through the end of October, early November, for championship season. So definitely a really big meet for us, and we're going to have all hands on deck. We're going to be there.
How does the course at Patrick's Point compare to the other courses that you guys will run on this season?
Well, you don't get to go to many courses that have an ocean view, and you get to run along the trail, next to the ocean, and so believe me, a lot of schools like coming here. It's one that the athletes really won't forget. It's the same course I ran 30 years ago when I was an athlete, and it's just Coach Jim Hunt put it together, and it's still going, and it's just it's beautiful. You have trails, you get to run through some campgrounds in the state park of Patrick's Point, so it doesn't really get much better than that. When they get done, a lot of teams will go down to Agate Beach and really enjoy the ocean, and all the schools that are coming are from the inland. They don't get to see too much water, so it's definitely a nice change for them. And so it's just beautiful course, one of my favorites, and I'm not just saying that because we're putting it on. It's just there's nothing like it, with the trails and with the scenery that you have around you, with the ocean and the trees. It's just hard to beat that.
Will you take your team out there this week just to kind of prepare on the course?
Yeah, we went out about a week and a half ago. We're going to go out again Wednesday, just so we know every inch of that course. We know when to make some strategic moves. And just knowing where they're going, get familiar with the single track trails and some of the course, and when to expect the uphills and the downhills, and but yeah, we're going to go out there and get a lot of practice and try to use that home course advantage to our benefit. Just, have a good race and just see what we have. So pretty excited.
What schools coming here? I guess the furthest distance, and is there any schools that are coming that you're excited to have them here?
Seattle Pacific's probably the furthest. We have a bunch of schools coming from the Bay Area, and I think what I'm most excited is just having Chico here, and also Seattle Pacific. I'm excited to have all of them here, quite honestly. But it's just those are 2 schools that have very good programs, and like ours, and it's just going to be where do we measure up to this national caliber? Because really, Chico has a benchmark there with the distance running. Gary Townsend did a great job there. But we want to get aggressive too. We want to see if we can pick them off and do relatively well to see what kind of shape we're in the season, and just be strong. Just go out there and have a good race, and we just start moving from that point on. So I'm real excited for the competition. That's what I'm coaching for us, just to see where we stand and what we can do there.
All right, last question, expectations this season for both the men's and women's programs?
Women's team is going to be good this season. They are good this season. Tatiana Gillick she's back from injury. She had a red shirt last cross country, so she's back. We have Corey Gilly returning as a senior. Andy Roberts, Megan Alfie, Katie Ledesma's coming around, and we have about 5 women right after them that are going to kind of round out our top 7, top 10, and we're really deep. Annie might have a little bit of an injury. We might hold her out just to watch her knee so we can save her for October, but we'll see how that goes on Wednesday when we have a hard workout. Men, we're not going to be as deep there. We're going to just see what we have on the men's side. We're registering some athletes just in order to save their eligibility, get them a year to get stronger, but it should still be relatively competitive with everybody. But our women is a team to really keep an eye on this season. They're looking really good preseason wise, and not to discount the men at all. It's just we may not have the depth that we need regionally, but the women definitely do.